Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. My name is Nikita and this channel is Intuitive Guidance. If you would like a personal or private reading with me, look in the description box and you'll find a link to my website below. Just click on it and it'll take you straight there. Also, thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes and your comments, and I ask that you continue to do that. I greatly appreciate it. So this is the reading for Libra's cross watchers. So if you have Libra in your chart, such as rising, moon, Venus, sun, rising, moon and Venus, yeah, this could apply to you, and also cross watchers. So if the person of interest is a Libra. Okay, so let's see. Right, so we're looking at what I'm kind of seeing, Libra, is that you're having some difficulty moving forward. So you're very much attached to someone that you're trying to move forward from. This could be someone that you, because you've got foundation and achievement, so this could be someone that you've either have this with, like such as you have a family or something with them, or it's that you saw this person in your future, you built a lot, you've just built with this person and you feel like, oh, 1 second, yeah, so sorry Libras. Okay, so I had to take that call. So yeah, so someone that you've had this with, as I was saying, or there's just a lot invested into this relationship. You could have been living together or something like that. Then we have suffering in silence, and we have patience, sacrifice, disruption. So I feel like you just put a lot of energy and effort into this situation. You might have sacrificed a lot. You may have been you know, when I say sacrifice, like almost like a feeling of like you've put all your eggs in one basket, you've really invested into this situation, you've really given this person your all, to a point where like you planned a future, like you envisioned a future with this person. And I feel like there's been, or there's going to be an ending in this situation. Either there's been one already. There's no like tower cards or anything like that, but I do feel like maybe there's talks of it, or it's just already ended and you're kind of, because I get a sense of like waiting, like a lot of waiting going on. Yeah, I get a real sense of waiting, because it's got, so it's like you haven't really given up on this, although it may have ended, because you've got free yourself. I don't know why it's ended either. Express your love in reverse, heart-to-heart conversations, and codependency. So I just feel like you're not really interested in seeing anyone else. You just want to make this situation work, or you are, even if you're not aware you're waiting, it's like there's an energy of just waiting. Like with this codependency card, it's like you like made yourself dependent on this person. I don't think you have codependency issues. I just feel like you may have made yourself dependent on this person because, you know, sometimes you just get used to someone and you're in a position where you're like your rock, and like it's difficult for you to kind of move past that, because maybe it's been years, maybe you've built together for years, and it's just like you don't remember life before them, or it's just quite daunting for you, or it's just a case of, you know, I get a feeling of like a bit lost and confusion. And it's saying it's time to take back control of your life. So I feel like if this was an ending, it might have been a little while ago. Like it's not, no matter how far back it is, or no matter how recent it was, it's just like it's time to take control back of your life, because you're in a position where you've like, look how the unicorn's kind of fenced in, if it's a unicorn, is like fenced in, and there's all this this big scary world outside, like there's so much more to do, but he's fenced into this, you know, small little place. And it's like you guys are maybe, because I feel like in your mind you're still waiting for this person to come back, or you're waiting to resolve it, which is forcing you to kind of stay stagnant, like you're not moving forward, you're not freeing yourself from this situation. And the express your love, I feel like you're waiting for someone to come back and just have this heart to heart with you and get it all out, and then you guys can like cry or hug or whatever, and just kind of be in a situation where, you know, you're reconciling again, kind of thing. And I just don't feel like that's going to happen. Like maybe not for now, not in the month of February, but maybe like, okay, maybe not in the month of February, but also if you were to like move on, maybe things could change and things could shift. That's a maybe. It doesn't mean, you know, that's going to happen, but I feel like the key here is for you to move on so you can get your dependence back. You know, when I say get your dependence back, it doesn't mean you're crippled or you're, you know, stuck, or you're in a really kind of scary place, or, you know, maybe you guys are, but the point is that you've become reliant and dependent on this person, and this relationship, and that's what you need to focus on, freeing yourself, getting yourself out of that mindset, freeing yourself. That's the main focus here, regardless of whether they're coming back or not. This is something that you're going to need to do. Sorry, it's hot. Okay, so yeah, so what I'm seeing, the King of Swords, which is you, or if you're dealing with an air sign, then it's the air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But look, there's the ending, there's the finale, there's the you know, the finality, and it's painful, but I just feel like you haven't accepted it yet. I don't see it as a death, but, you know, possibly if it is, and my condolences. If that's the case, it's a very difficult situation to go through. And sometimes breakups are like, they feel like deaths, they're a loss. You're mourning someone, you're not gonna, it's not quite the same, but, you know, there's a feeling of that mourning. And I just feel that, you know, this ending, it's been hard for you, because it's like, it's got suffering in silence, but also the thing that's making it harder, that's prolonging this, is the fact that you're waiting. Because I also get okay, so I'm going to say, if you're dealing with a fire sign, they might communicate. There might be a possibility that there's some kind of heart to heart for real, or some kind of moving forward. There seems like if it's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, there's a moving forward going on. There's communication coming in, and there's a bit more success in this situation. If you're dealing with an air sign such as yourself, it's an ending, and I would just accept that, you know, for now. I can't say for the future. I'm not reading for like a year in advance or 6 months in advance. I'm reading for the month of February, but to be honest, I would say that it's kind of worth accepting the ending in this case. If you're dealing with a water sign, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a water sign, I would say that they are looking to move forward. Maybe they haven't quite moved forward yet, but they're looking to move forward. They're seeing, you know, they're trying to take action in the moving forward process. Some of you could have water or fire in your chart as well. That could be the case. But we have you here, Justice. We have it with the Four of Cups, which is talking about this ending and just you not feeling satisfied with it. You still, you know, kind of waiting, kind of like ignoring any other opportunities that come your way. You might be like, I'm thinking of like an ice, you know, like an ice cream when someone gets really icy because of a relationship or relationships where they've been in situations where it's hurt them so much, now they've just become cold and they don't accept anyone in, and they curve everyone that comes their way, like that kind of situation. Like you might be in that position, but for some of you it might be a case of you haven't actually addressed why you're like that. It's just like, you know, you might even make excuses for it, like, well, I don't know why he came or she came at me like that, like it's a bit too forward, it's a bit too cocky, or this person's a bit too shy, or that it might be like you make excuses, but really like deep down you're just, no one's going to match up to this person, or you're just waiting for them to come back. But there's you with the Four of Cups, like not accepting any other offers, kind of like this waiting energy, as I said. And we have the Devil, which is like you're still attached. So for some of you it might be that you feel like you're energetically still so connected to this person, or you just feel you're not gonna meet someone better than this person, or it's just kind of like you don't want to, there's a fear of like going into something again and having this same outcome, investing everything into it only to find that, you know, however long later you're having to figure it out on your own again. I feel like whoever this kind of resonates with, you're happiest when you're in a relationship. And Libra's obviously, you know, the planet of Venus, which is ruled by I mean, you know, Venus is it the planet of love, like Venus, and Taurus, which I am, and I'm very like I'm very motivated, very like love inspires me. I find that like I'm my best version of myself when I'm in love, or there's a lot of love around me from whoever, family, friends, whatever. I'm my best version of myself then. And I just feel like you guys are like, you know, kind of like, it softens you up when you have love in your life. And right now with the Devil card, there's just so much, there's a bit of baggage because you're holding on to this person, or there's just like a lot of fears about a new relationship. Actually, you have the Devil twice. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Like I said about this, if it's a water sign, this person's moving forward, but you're kind of stressed out because maybe you can see they're happy, maybe you can see they're going out and they're getting on with their life, maybe you see them moving on, and that's really stressing you out. So yeah, it's like you want to rush in with communication. You want communication. Maybe you're going to send a message, maybe you have been sending messages, but you also get the Devil again, and the Devil is kind of telling you to walk away, because this is what's keeping you in this negative kind of energy, being tied to this person. If you have family with them, or if you have investments such as financial investments or any other kind of thing, then that is what's maybe keeping you tied, and maybe you do want to move on, but that's what's keeping you tied. But I do get a feeling of wanting to kind of like patch things up, or to not that it's like you don't want an ending. Okay, so let me look a bit further into it, and then we'll look at the outcome of February. But it's express your love is still in reverse. So for me, it's like you're waiting for someone to come in and be like, you know what, this shouldn't have happened, I'm sorry, or like let's just give it a go or something. And I don't see that coming in right now. So it's time to move on, I would say, is a strong message. Or if you just broke up with someone, it's time to kind of get back out there. Definitely just get back out there and start dating. I know it's difficult, but there's an energy of needing to free yourself and get back out there and just be more open-minded and not stuck on, you know, something that isn't serving you. See, at the Five of Pentacles. So you're feeling like this is a big loss. Again, a feeling of it's kind of like your world is almost like your world's ended. I know that's quite dramatic, but it's like it's quite a big thing. Like if someone's moved out especially or something like that, it's like you had that support, or you had that I just feel like you became reliant on someone, and then when they left you weren't like expecting. Maybe you just never thought they would actually leave, or you never thought you guys would actually split. Maybe there was arguments with the Five of Wands. Maybe it wasn't even anything big. The Emperor, so you could have been dealing with an Aries, or someone that just made a decision. Let's see. Page of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you're just kind of watching this person investigating. That's why maybe you're upset, because you're feeling like they've moved on. So even if you felt like you've moved on, maybe you saw something on some kind of social media and it put you back to a place of sadness and regret and mourning, or just feeling like it just kind of put you back into a place where you remember that loss. And with the Lovers, I don't get the sense that it's the general meaning. I feel like you feel you could never, yeah, and then these two fell out as well. Nine of Cups and then King of Swords, which is you as well. It's more of a male energy coming through. But you feel like you can never kind of have anyone match this lover. And they made you happy. Yeah, so maybe someone, because this fell flipped out like that over the Page of Swords, maybe someone blocked communication. So maybe you were like preying, spying, and then we have the Eight of Swords as well, and maybe like someone blocked you. That could have also triggered you to start, you know, feeling a bit sad. And if you said something, if you possibly said something like, you know, they were with someone else or something, and you commented or something like that, maybe that triggered them blocking you. The Four of Wands. Maybe you see them in a new relationship and they're looking happy. We've got the Six of Wands and then the Hermit. So maybe you're feeling you're still alone and they've actually met someone else. I just feel like something, so say you're already upset about this situation and you were trying to kind of move on. I just feel like something triggered you feeling upset about this again. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. So maybe you were good, you kind of accepted being on your own, but then something triggered, or something's going to trigger you. You decide to look at this person's social media, you see them having fun, and you see they've moved on. It could even be with females or males, and it's kind of like, oh my god, like, and you decide to kind of take a mental rest, or you decide to just stop looking at the social media because you can't handle it. Yeah, you might decide to just like be strong and decide I'm not going to even look at what's going on their page or their status or their display picture, because I feel like I'm not going to like what I see. Okay, Libra. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. Maybe they're just being wild, they're being reckless, they're being, especially if it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe they're just being wild and reckless. They're just free again. They might just be enjoying their freedom, and you thought that they'd come back and rectify this situation, or you guys could kind of talk about it, heal the situation, maybe they'd apologize or whatever. The Knight of Swords, which is your energy. See, this person made you happy and you just want to rush back into this situation. I'm not saying that maybe you or this other person was in the wrong. Maybe there's something that you guys did that, you know, hurt this other person and they just decided they had to move on. But they've got like this fresh start. Either them or you are going to decide to make a fresh start. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo with the Knight of Pentacles, then they're probably seeing this as, you know, an ending and they're just wanting a fresh start. Because we also have, so it's your card, it could be dealing with a Scorpio too, the High Priestess which is like, still, I get a waiting. It's right next to your card. I get a waiting energy. Like, I know that, you know, you're gonna need your time, or I know that we're, you know, stronger than this, we'll get back together, whatever. But this person might also, if they are focused on their finances, then they're kind of just like looking at that. They don't want to deal with anything else, or they just want to move on. But I feel like this may be you. If it's you, it's kind of just like a waiting energy, calmly waiting, like calm on the outside. Inside, you're kind of going through turmoil, like, what is this going to happen, and blah blah blah. But like, you might have a calm exterior, just kind of like patiently waiting. If it's them, then maybe there's a secret. Okay, let's wrap it up. So I feel like this month is kind of going to be based around the ex, someone you split with already. I'm not saying forever that, you know, you guys will never get back together, but right now I feel like this person is on a different page. They're kind of turning their back and they want their freedom. The Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. Yeah, so you're hoping to like at this situation to come together and to start afresh, and to, you know, learn from these lessons and move on, so there'll be more growth. And they're looking at investing somewhere else and ending this situation and shutting it down. And this could be you ending this situation because you're not feeling like you're getting what you deserve or getting what you need, or this person's just not for you anymore, or you've outgrown them. So, you know, one of you could have outgrown the other as well. So I'm going to just do a quick outcome for the month of February. This will be like more of a general outcome, not just in terms of love. So I'm going to use a Alice in Wonderland deck. It's like Alice in Wonderland themed. Like that. The outcome for Libra. But what I'm kind of really feeling is that even if you do feel like you're moving on, or you're trying to move on, I feel like something triggers it. So be careful of looking on like social media, which we're all guilty of. Like, be careful of that, because you'll only hurt yourself. I don't even bother going on social media anymore, and I wouldn't bother looking at an ex. I find that it actually helps to delete. You think that it's helping at the time, or you think that it's you're kind of getting the information you need. It's just not even. If you're going to move on, then just move on, because that will never. I feel like even people I've fallen out of love with, if I look back on their social media, if I was to go into their social media, it's not a positive feeling. It's not even like, you know, oh, I want to be back with them, oh, I miss them, are they seeing anyone new? But it's just not a positive feeling. So it's best to just kind of discard of those situations, because it doesn't help you in moving forward. But I would say just be careful, because Tower for me is always, you know, in this scenario, I mean, it's always a kind of situation where it's like you look at, you find something out and it sets you off again, but sometimes it's like a stale situation, something that you feel like you've moved on from, or you're okay, but then when you look, you're like, oh my god, they've moved on, oh my god, they've had a child, or, you know, however, depending on how long it's been, or oh my god, like, was I just like worth nothing to you, just moved on that quick? Or they just seem to be having so much fun. And, you know, social media is a lie as well. And as I said, that I saw the 3 of Cups. Outcome for Libra. Whatever this is that you find out, the Tower, is going to kind of make you feel like it's time to move on. Which is true, it's time to move on. It's time to let go. Regardless, like I said, of whether this person's coming back or not, you've got to, you know, move on for your sake and your benefit. With the 6 of Swords, it's like you're realizing that now, and it's scary. Look, it's like filled by this kind of moon energy. you know, it's dark, she's scared, she's off in the middle of the night in a boat. She doesn't know what could jump out at her from the greenery or the forest. It's dark, she's only got the light of like the moon, but she's there traveling anyway. And I feel like with you guys, like, it's like I said, that codependent feeling, this person might have really kind of kept you, like, they just might have looked after you a lot. There might have been this nurturing energy, the Empress. They might have just really looked after you. Look at her face, like she's like disorientated, confused. She's a grown woman, mind you, and Alice is a young girl, but she's looking after her. She's helping her get ready. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like you were incapable of doing it, but I just feel like maybe this person, because the Empress come out twice now, maybe this person just had this takeover dominant energy where they did stuff for you anyway, or it was like, oh, you need to get this fixed, let me go and do it, or let me go and, you know, or I done this for you. Like, it just became a thing where some people are just like that. They take over so much that it's not that you're relying on them, it's just, it gets to a point where they just do it so much that you automatically, you just allow it. And like, I think it's put you in a state where you're just like, now what? Like, now I have to do all these things, and especially if it was a long time that you were together. So the Four of Cups again, so you're going to be feeling like there's going to be a feeling of disheartenment. I'm not going to lie to you, Libra. You know, which isn't, it's not so positive for the month of February. Again, I'm seeing like communication, or maybe this is you, like you guys might decide to go away and travel, and just to like clear your mind, to just kind of get away from it. Or it's just you decide that you need to move on, like I said. Could be communication, but I'm more seeing if it's a fire sign communication, but you know, maybe you spark off a conversation, or you know, I'm not sure, but it could be communication. But I see it as like you guys trying to move forward quickly. Like, now you're realizing, like, now I need to move forward now. Like the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So you're going to be a bit, it is going to stress you, I'm not going to lie. It might not be as bad as the cards are making it, because it's very kind of intense and closed in, so it makes it like bombastic, like it gives it dramatic energy, these cards. Maybe it's just like for a couple of days you see something, and for a couple of days you're feeling shit, and you're like, wow, this person, like, they moved on, or wow, like, is that how it is, or wow, like they just look like they're having fun without me, or whatever. Like, it might be for a couple of days that you're just feeling a bit shit, and you're like, oh, do you know what, I'm just gonna buy some ice cream and just stay in bed for the weekend, or something like that. But you know, I feel like the main thing is, and the good part is, that you're moving on from, because of this situation, you're coming back to yourself, and you're thinking, fuck this, I don't need this, I'm better than that. Like, I'm still me, I've still got, you know, the things that are important around me, or I still got my friends, or you know what, I'm just gonna get back to me. Like, I feel like there's more of an energy towards the end of the month where you kind of like come back into yourself, and you're just like, I've got opportunity, I've got things that I can do, like, I'm not redundant. So this person isn't the be all and end all. You're gonna feel sad about it, yes. Look, they may have, you might see them just having fun, having their options, having their women around them or men around them, and it makes you feel this energy of feeling drained, like, wow, like, really, is this happening? But I feel like drained, like you'll feel like you want to sleep it off, you don't want to go out, you don't want to socialize, but you'll get out from that, you'll come out from that, and you know what, it will actually be a good thing, because you'll realize that it's over, it's done with, and you're gonna like realize that, you know, this cup of love is one day gonna go to someone. I'm gonna get back on my feet, I'm gonna allow this thing to end and look forward to a new beginning. There's the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with another air sign if it's not you. But the main thing, like I said, see, you're not going to be kind of trying to figure things out and weigh up the pros and cons and decide, you know, is this person going to come, or is that, you know, should we sort things out, is this the right situation? You're not going to do that anymore. You're kind of just, like I said, be offering that cup out again, or be filling up that cup for yourself. You're going to fill your own cup. So, you know, the next person you get with this will be a lesson for you, I feel, where you're just going to still want to be independent, still want to be you, and still want to kind of accept that if, you know, things did end, you still got what you need, and you still got, you know, you've built yourself up enough so that, you know, it's not going to be the end of your world. It's just, you know, moving on. So Libra, this reading went on slightly too long, I'm afraid, sorry, but yeah, like the reassuring part in this is that you will be fine. Like it is, as sad as it may seem, it's going to help you. Like it will help you move forward, and that's the good thing, that's the good part, you know. It will help you kind of see a few home truths, and you'll accept it, and it might fucking hurt, and it might be a sting, and it might be like, fuck, wow, it's really over, like, but you are going to accept it. And towards the end of February, I feel like you're going to move forward and get back to yourself and start focusing on yourself. So in the long run, it's better for you, okay? So if you would like a personal reading more specific to your situation, then look in the description box and you'll find the link to my website. If you click on that, you can book a reading with me. And also thank you for your like, share, subscribe and comment if it does resonate with you. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care, and sending you lots of love. Bye, Libra.